questions to get to know someone quickly. Guys, it's time to speak, so please listen to me and repeat after me. I have a bunch of questions for you. And come on, let's get started. Do you have any nicknames? Do you have any nicknames? Yes, I do. Or maybe no, I don't. So tell me, do you have any nicknames? Thank you. Next question. Where do you and your family come from? Where do you and your family come from? Well, we come from Ecuador. What about you? Where do you and your family come from? Oh, wow. And next question. What are you good at? What are you good at? Alright, I'm good at languages. I'm good at languages. What about you? What are you good at? Oh, perfect. And now we have, what are you most impatient with? What are you most impatient with? Well, I am impatient with my children. What about you? What are you most impatient with? Oh well, thank you. Tell me, what's the most fun place you've been to? What's the most fun place you've been to? Probably Galapagos Island. What about you? What's the most fun place you've been to? Alright. Okay, next question. Are you usually more optimistic or pessimistic? Are you usually more optimistic or pessimistic? Well, I'm usually more optimistic. What about you? Are you usually more optimistic or pessimistic? Alright. Next question. Who do you live with? Who do you live with? I live with my family. You know, my husband. And who do you live with? Okay, cool. Next question. Which 3 people do you spend the most time with? Which 3 people do you spend the most time with? Okay. It would be my mom. You know, my husband, of course, and my dad. What about you? Which 3 people do you spend the most time with? Okay, you think about it. Next question. What was the last movie that made you cry? What was the last movie that made you cry? Well, it was Me Before You, of course. And yours? What was the last movie that made you cry? Alright. Next question. What is something you can't live without? What is something you can't live without? Excellent. I can't live without my God. Of course, I can't live without my God. What about you? What is something you can't live without? Alright, thank you. And what's the first thing you notice when meeting someone new? What is the first thing you notice when meeting someone new? Well, I think it's, you know, the personality. What about you? What is the first thing you notice when meeting someone new? Yeah. And can you say, is there anything or anyone you're jealous of? Is there anything or anyone you're jealous of? Well, no, there isn't. What about you? Is there anything or anyone you're jealous of? Okay. And now we have, what is the one thing you're most afraid of? What is the one thing you're most afraid of? Well, I'm most afraid of heights. What about you? What is the one thing you're most afraid of? Yeah, that's a difficult one. Okay. And which soccer team do you and your family support? Which soccer team do you and your family support? Barcelona? MLA? Alright. And the final question. Who are you closer to? Your mom or your dad? Who are you closer to? Your mom or your dad? Okay. And I'm closer to my mom, definitely. Yes, I'm closer to my mom. What about you? Who are you closer to? Your mom or your dad? Yes, of course. Well, so these are cool questions to get to know someone quickly. Now, come on, let's grab a partner and have this spectacular conversation using these questions. Come on, let's have fun together.